have it, 65 points in the green for the Nifty, holding on to 19,580, turning out to be a good start. The first tick on the index is a positive one, 72 points higher now. The mid-cap index is up 220 points, and the advance decline ratio is well in favor of the advances at 1,860. The Bank Nifty is also up about 200 odd points. What's leading from the front this morning? Adani Ports on the back of that CLSA report, as we were mentioning. ONGC has been moving with some strength because of the move in crude. Bajaj Finance, Hero MotoCorp, M&M, Tata Motors, all the auto stocks are up and about this morning. Bajaj Finserv, Adani Enterprises, Hindalco, a couple of other stocks in the green. There are barely any stocks in the red, actually. Dr. Reddy's, Britannia, TCS, just 3 stocks that are marginally in the red. That too just about in flat terrain. Otherwise, it's a good opening for the market. The advance decline ratio is now well in favor of the advances, and the Nifty is powering through to that 19,600 mark. Better opening for the mid-cap index.
Well, absolutely, Sonia, and plenty of stocks are moving around. Moscow and Dock, they've signed an LOI with a European client for multi-purpose hybrid power vessels. That stock is flying away. Genius Power, they won that 3,115 crore smart prepaid meters. So that stock as well has bounced up close to around 5%. Remember, it corrected nearly around 10% from the recent peak. Now it's pulling back. GR Infra, the Mang Power JV executed an agreement worth around 3,600 crores with NHPC. So that stock as well is up close to around 2%. SEPC, well, that's another stock that's coming on my radar. That's moving up. That for the second day running on rather large volumes. Just thought we'll highlight that. Dilip Bilkon on the back of that order win. So that stock as well continues to move higher as we speak. And a few names then, that are doing well from the frontline stocks. Escorts Kubota, that Sonia just mentioned, 3.5% higher. Union Bank is bouncing back today. Oil India continues to do well, building on yesterday's gains. And NMDC as well as high with a gain of around 1.5%. Lloyd's Metals, I haven't had a look at that, but you had a Queris note that had initiated coverage. They've stated various points that they believe that the stock is well placed from here on with regard to pricing as well as production. So Lloyd's Metals should come up for you. The target price that Queris has given is around 600 rupees. That was 9% away from yesterday's close price. So let's get that up as well for our viewers.
Well, it's a good start, isn't it? By the way, as we were talking about it in the morning, we open exactly into that 19,605 level, which is the nothing but the 40-day exponential moving average, which is the resistance. I mean, on the way down, actually on the way up, that is acted as a fair sort of nice support for a long time before it broke. As we try to come up again, I think we'll have to see if that is taken out with ease. But you're opening, we open about 10-15 points short of that level. And I think the day's high is exactly that. So around 19,600 is where the Nifty is at. Now, a few other names. You've got, I think, Mazgaon, Nigel mentioned, Cochin Shipyard as well, 3.5 higher. Escorts is coming up. Shipping Corporation is another one, 5.5% on Shipping Corporation, 152. Large volumes. Garden Reach, of course, we put out. So these shipbuilders are all doing well. There is Genius Power, which we mentioned, 5% limit up. So nothing very much else if you want to just find stuff with decent-sized volumes. Maybe, more into the mix a little later as we kind of continue to trade. But for now, on the upside, there's not very much else which is coming through. On the downside, maybe Suzlon, perhaps we can highlight. It's down 3.5%. So almost got to 30-ish kind of levels, but it's now back on just under 27. And look at Triveni Turbines, which is down about 3% or so as well. And that is down a little bit. So, yeah, those are the two names I can spot, which have got volumes and which are down, 3.5%.
Just one more stock I want to point out, which a viewer actually has brought to my notice. That is Aventil. It's a small company that in the last few years has gone up big time. They came out with their numbers. And in fact, it looks very, very good. So just had a brief look out there. They're doing only 54 crores, but Aventil, it's a BSC listed company, 2,500 crores market capitalization. We're talking about it because it's actually an upper circuit and volumes are very, very high. So the numbers for the last quarter look very, very good. AVANTAL. I think we should get that up. Margins are the highest that I've seen in very, very long time. And in fact, just looking at it, a few years ago, they were doing 50 crores of revenue in a year. Now, in a quarter, they're doing it. They're part of that ships, submarines, etc. And it was, it's being built by this entrepreneur. His name is Mr. Vidyasagar. He's an IITian. And I recall 5 years ago, I asked him, I said, sir, but you're selling in the open market. He said, this is my only business. And I don't think it's anything wrong. So I said, from the share market perspective, they don't like it
They've
at all.
got it up.
Yeah, so that's the one they were talking about. And the only reason we're highlighting it is because it's up close to 20%. Came out with a set of numbers. The market capitalization moved from around 200 crores to 2,500 crores in the last 5 years or so. In fact, I'd forgotten that we had covered this as well a long time ago. But have covered many stocks and just educated the viewers about certain stocks in the last few years. So this is one of them. Just thought we'll highlight
So it's up from 2020, July of 2021. It was 27 rupees. So yeah, it's basically in 2 years it's up 10 times. So it's incredible. Absolutely.
Yeah, but there's no institution holding out here. Yeah. So you need to put everything on board. Though the operating cash flows for the first half of the year have improved.
All right. Well, so that's an interesting name, which we don't talk about. Actually, we've not talked about at all.
Ever
in the past. I think, 88 points higher is what we have on the Nifty, and things are coming together, nicely. So far, so good. Maybe we can pull up Zomato as well. Zomato is up about 3%, and we'll be seeing some delivery partners of Swiggy, at least here in Mumbai, on strike, etc. We've heard reports and such. But Zomato is up about 3%. That's a direct competitor. What else? Kalyan Jewellers, perhaps it was not there in the mix. We didn't mention it. 5.5% once again on Kalyan Jewellers. It's at about 266. That's also a doubler this year. We've got... what else? I think Zaggle is another one, which is a recent listing, 3%. Zaggle has done well over the last few trading sessions or so. So more in a bit from now.